In this painting, I am creating a Christmas gnome. I'm working on Crescent illustration board, but you could also use a watercolor paper. And then I'm going to start by lightly sketching my gnome in pencil. And you might want to have an eraser if you make any mistakes or you need to kind of erase any pencil lines off of there. I do a little bit of Sharpie at the end. And you may want something to kind of trace if you're going to add an ornament or a circle shape to get an exact circle. And to add my paint, I am using Reeves watercolor paints on my palette. I have a cup of water, paper towel, and some brushes. Gnomes are very popular. It's a fantastic way to get ready for Christmas. Begin by drawing an oval or circle shape in the dead center for my nose, and then a little bit of a crooked line on top for my Santa hat, and then the line kind of curves up and comes around to a point for my Santa hat. Off the bottom of the hat, I'm going to put a little hook and a circle to indicate a ornament. I'll trace that cup to make a nice circle and have it connect to my ornament. To create the beard, it is like a V shape that kind of comes down. So I'm going to do a little point there at the bottom and connecting it. And if I make any mistakes, I can erase that. So I got my nose, I got a big beard, I can't see his eyes. And then the sides of the arms start a little bit down on the beard. So the arms come out and come down, and then a body shape. And then I'm going to give him like a Santa coat, and then I'm going to indicate some mittens. In the bottom, I'm going to do some little kind of pointy shoes like a gnome might wear. So you could add tons of detail to your hat, designs, patterns, or to the coat, or to the mittens or anything like that. I'm leaving it very simple. I want to come back with a bright red for my Santa hat, so I'm using kind of a pure cadmium red, a little bit of water to get it to move around, and I'm kind of going to do the edges, and then I'm going to kind of fill in the middle. Now I'm using a nice watercolor painting brush, and it has a nice tip on it, but then I can kind of turn it on an angle to fill in the center a little bit better. So again, I like to kind of get these edges done with a good brush, and then come back with either a bigger brush to kind of fill in, or kind of work the side of my watercolor brush to fill in the whole area. So this is important to kind of indicate up here right now with my first layer that it is all going to be red. I'm going to probably do multiple layers to get this built up, but I just want this first layer to begin with. Okay, as I work from the hat to the body, I'm going to do kind of the same idea where I take my red, and I'm going to kind of outline the shape, whatever it might be, you know, working one at a time on the hands or the coat. So indicating the edge first and then fill it in. Okay, I wanted to dry all that red so my black doesn't mix into it at all. And then I'm coming back with my ivory black or Mars black, and then I'm going to kind of outline each shape again and fill it in, as I'm going to go around and do that with the mittens and the boots. And again, if you want to create patterns on here, you are more than welcome to use your imagination and add as much detail and patterns as you would like to places like the mittens or hat or coat or wherever you want. I'm keeping mine very simple for time on the video and just to give you a starting point, and you can use your imagination to be as creative as you want with your gnome. I'm going to do kind of a light brown color to indicate the nose, and then I'm going to do a little bit of black and water that really down well to get a light gray. This is almost too dark than I'd want to start with. I might want to water that down or blend it out a little bit more. I don't want to get it too dark to begin with. And I'm just kind of indicating a little bit of the hair on the beard as it kind of goes around on that bottom edge a little bit. It doesn't have to be all over. If I indicate it in a few places, everybody will get the idea that it's a beard and fill it in with their imagination. To create the ornament, I want a color that's really going to pop out and stand out from the rest of this painting. So I'm going to go with green because it's a complementary color. And again, I'm doing the edges first, and I'm going to kind of fill it in. I want it to be darker on the sides and lighter towards the center to give it a kind of a round appearance. So I can take a clean brush, a little bit of water on it, and blend that while it's still wet, and it'll all blend in nice and to create a sphere shape. Okay, so I'm going to dry everything off here before I go on and add more layers to it. Okay, so the process works the same way. I'm going with a good quality brush to get the edges first, and then I'm going to kind of fill in the center, maybe with a little bit bigger brush if I need a bigger brush to do that. I like to keep the middle of it a little bit lighter, and it'll create a little more of a dimension to your clothing if you do that, especially to the hat. But I want to kind of go through this second layer and everything. I'm going to take a small brush and kind of indicate in a watered down black some of the more gray features of the hat and in the beard, and come back with a little more black to get a darker value to my boots and to my hat. Same thing with the ornament. Going to come with another layer of green, go over everything and blend it to get it nice and soft and give it that round shape. Okay, I'm going to dry everything off again, and I'm going to do the whole process one more time to get my final layer. All right, once everything is completely dry, then I'm going to come back with a final step, and I'm going to write a little message on my ornament. So in pencil, I'm going to write Merry Christmas. Now, I'm doing this fairly basic. If you are confident in your lettering, you could add a little more cursive or fanciness to your lettering. I'm keeping it pretty basic so it's legible. And I'm coming over mine with Sharpie to go over the pencil. If you're confident in your painting skills, you could definitely take a small brush and paint over your letters also. I think this is a fantastic Christmas painting, and I hope you have a lot of fun creating it. Hey, thanks for joining us on Kid Art Nation. If you enjoyed our videos, it would mean a lot if you liked the videos and subscribe to our channel. Remember, you are important, you are amazing, you are an artist.